bouncing. You don't reach. Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay. When Nina was this small, we also put her in a bouncer. And it also took her a little bit because she was small. I guess we started them small. But Nina was ready to bounce. And so we also put a pillow underneath Nina for a while. I decided to make French toast with strawberries. A little bit of sugar. Cal's getting a little antsy. He hasn't quite captured the purpose of the bouncer. I think he thinks he's in timeout. Should I try to go fast?
A bell. A bell.
Oh, good.
Mommy's teaching Cal how to eat like her. Can Daddy have his apple pie back? Daddy wants to eat it. Bring it. Yesterday, Mommy and I decided that we were gonna have a treat. And so we went to McDonald's and got 2 apple pies for ourselves. But we forgot all about them. And today, we found the bag inside the diaper bag. The McDonald's bag inside the diaper bag. And so far, Nina's eaten my apple pie. Not the whole thing, just took lots of little bites from the edges. And now she's found Mommy's apple pie. Cal is supposed to be sleeping right now while Mommy takes a shower, but he wanted to be awake. Hi, mister. Hi. Uh-oh. She got it out on her own. And now she's gonna make crumbs on Daddy's side of the bed. I don't know why I bothered giving Cal different toys because he just tries to eat them. That's not food. That's not food.
Yes, good job. Where's the heart? Heart. There's another heart. What's that?
Go.
Yes. What about this?
Hey.
Carrot. Green sheet. Alrighty, so we're having some problems again with the 3D print. And not really sure why it's messing up. But we're gonna try again, right, Daddy?
Yep. I'm putting all this back together now, but basically what I did was remove this motor, remove this clamp, get to this cylinder, which is what is the heating element, what heats up, and inside here, inside there at the very top, there was a big blockage of filament, which I believe that in anger I threw to the ground. There it is. And so that wasn't letting anything go through, including this metal pin would get stuck going through. So I got rid of that, and I'm hoping that will fix all the problems. Now I'm putting this motor back, tightening this back up, this clamp which holds this heating element, and then I have to put back the guide for the filament which helps to push this down. In the past, this connection right here, which is what powers the auto leveling probe, was inside this black cable, this conduit, and every time the cable moved, this plastic piece would rub against some of the other cables. Actually, this is for the fan. The cable for the auto leveling bed is in here, and it was right next to the fan clip here, power clip. So every time it moved, the power clip would dig into that cable and eventually severed it, and this auto leveling bed stopped working. So I had to resolder that, put it inside, and then I connected this on the outside so that this black conduit protects the inside cables. But to do all of that, I had to rerun all of the cables through all of this back inside the bottom of the Printrbot. So I took a lot of it apart. Now, oh, and also to put this back in, because I took all of that out to solder it. So now I've taken off the motors, the clamps, and the heating element. I've cleaned it, put it back. The nozzle, which I took off last time. And I've taken this apart almost completely at this point. There's the back motor that hasn't failed at all yet, and I'm hoping that it doesn't fail and I don't have to take it apart. But they sell this printer in pieces so that you can put it together yourself, and I think it's about $400 cheaper, or maybe $200 cheaper. Either way, I could have saved some money and just built it myself now that I have experienced having to take it apart. Not so hard. I believe everything's back in its proper place. Now I just have to test it, and if it works, I can go meet mommy. I forgot to mention that this white piece up here on the top is what I printed out last night to both hold the spool and have the filament be guided into the right spot. So there's the spool sitting on that spot. And if I can get this with one hand, and the filament goes through here, kind of like a sewing machine. Now that just goes into the extruder down there, and let's test this and make sure everything's working properly. I've forgotten to put the nozzle back, but you're supposed to wait until the heating element gets hot before you put that back anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Plus, now I get to test it on camera. So I'm just trying to extrude. Now that should be coming through. I have the heat set pretty low at 195, and I see just the tiniest little bit coming out on the bottom. Just had a successful extrusion, and I believe it is at a lower temperature. I had on a higher temperature right beforehand, so I'm not sure if it was still hot from when it was hotter, or if it's working at a lower temperature now. I'm hoping it's the latter. Nina wanted a bottle. She got a bottle. And she got a little 3D printed duck. This is a test that I did last night that printed out really well, except it's a small print. But the resolution is very nice and it's very smooth. I didn't have to sand it, and it's super smooth. Now if only I can get it to print. It failed again.
On my shirt. Oh, hi. One. Two.
Nina found her old jumper. We haven't told her it's for Cal now, but she's way too big for it. She insisted. So I'm gonna let her sit in there for a little bit. But she's too big. I don't think she's too heavy though, but she's definitely too big. Oh, she's so tall that she's hitting this with her head.
Jump, jump, jump!
Show Cal how to do it.
Yes, good job, good job!
Shout. Yes, shout.
Loud, you have to jump, Nina, jump! Jump, 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 jump!
We decided to bring it up since she saw it. My plan originally was to keep it downstairs and have Cal use it downstairs so that Nina wouldn't see it and want to play with it. But now, since she's seen it and we brought it up, she's playing with it and eating the giraffe. And it works with us. It actually works for us in a different way, because we always try to keep her away from the television, but no matter how many times we pull her back, she goes back towards the television. And sometimes when Cal is sleeping, we don't fight her about it, because then she cries or yells and wakes Cal up. So now she could be in there, though that's pretty noisy too, so I'm not sure. At least she's away from the TV.
I see. Oh, it's the camera.
Hey. Hello. Nana. Nana.
Earlier today, Nina watched me put the batteries in here. And just now, she found my toolbox and was asking me to open it for a screwdriver. And so I gave her this one since it doesn't have a point. But I think she came to do the same thing.
Dodo.
Screwdriver.
The button.
Say screwdriver.
Just do Dodo.
Yes.
Tenna.
Camera. We're gonna get a chance to borrow some new books for Nina. So I'm gonna read her old books. She likes them anyway. So we have her standard, In Grandma's Arms, It's Spring. And I normally read these anyway when we have the library books. Mr. Brown Canoe. And this one called The World Belongs to You, which for some reason she calls White Ghost. Nina went to sleep very easy tonight. I don't know if it was all the jumping around in the jumper. I think it was all the jumping around in the jumper. She didn't get to take a bath though, because it got kind of late. But I just read her books. I gave her a pacifier that glows in the dark, which she liked to stare at for about 2 minutes, and then she fell asleep. As far as the printing goes, I've been having bad luck in every way, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I have a couple of plans for tomorrow. But for tonight, I'm just going to sleep because I was up until 2 a.m. last night, and then Nina woke me up at 4 something. So I'm going to get some sleep tonight. I love you, Nina. I love you, Cal. I love you, my wife. I was gonna say mom, but that would have been weird. I mean, I love my mom too, but I mean, your mom. Today is April 3rd, 2015. Today's app is Path Input Better Swipe Keyboard. That's normally $3.99 and today it's free. So make sure you get it before the sale's over.